What's up guys, and welcome back to Iron Mustang. On today's video we're going to be doing the hose kit. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you get notified of all of our upcoming content. So we're going to start off, put a little lubrication on our O-rings, and then we're going to put our hoses into place. I was fighting with this thing when I had it pre-bent, kind of going underneath it already. I took it out, put it to the side of the car, and ran it straight up and down, and it threaded right in. So these are the sort of things we got to be looking out for when we're doing this. My throttle's hitting. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of pre-fit this fitting into our connector. So I'm going to hold this hard line about where it needs to be, and I'm going to make a mark on my cable here and cut this to length. So even though it's not necessary on a straight one, when we're doing these AC hoses, we want to get in the habit of clocking them. So we're just going to put a little mark on them so we can put them back together in the same direction. Alright guys, so let's have a quick little talk here. I put the connections to my AC hoses for the compressor on bottom, thinking that it was going to route my hoses neater. Found out that the oil that's inside the compressor is put in inside of those connections. I knew that there was oil in there, I just didn't know that that's where it went in. So I need to flip this back around upright and hook the hoses up right here where I should have put them in the first place, and we're going to get this re-going. Alright, now that we've properly oriented this pump, we're going to crack the lines and start figuring out how we're going to do our connections. Alright, so I got everything kind of just flopped over and sitting here, but you guys should be able to see well enough. If I put this in place where it's going to go, right here, you can see I got a conflict with that filling port. I'm not going to be able to really get it on there, so I'm going to get myself some 135s and angle that back a little bit, and when those come in we'll get back to this installation. The post office lost my package, so I had to call CVF for a replacement. They got it shipped right out, so 3 weeks later now we can get these hoses finished up and cut. Alright, now we can get this manifold adapter finally installed. So I didn't get a torque spec on these, and I know it holds the pressure, so I'm probably going to put it to 15 pounds. I know I've said it in a couple of my other videos. These little torque wrenches, they're the way to go when you're doing anything under 20 pounds. Wouldn't do it any other way now. They're so much more accurate and less risk of stripping things out. They read in inch pounds, so just take whatever foot pounds you needed to do, times it by 12. In this case I was aiming for 15. 15 times 12, 180, and we're set. Now I'm going to screw in the fittings here. So here's a close-up of how I mounted the fittings, and then once I get the hoses kind of preset, I'll show you guys why I chose to go like that. Alright, I'll show you guys what I did real quick before I crimp these lines. That's over coming out of the main unit. This one comes down the intake manifold. I'm going to zip tie the number 6 line up here, which is going to allow it to clear my throttle no problem. When I had both of them up here, I wasn't comfortable with that. It was too much problems. Didn't really technically want to run that one down there, but ultimately I like it. It looks clean and it's going to be very functional. Now this line right here, I'd have maybe liked to have had it maybe 1 inch longer, but I already cut it, so we're gonna roll with this. I think this is gonna work out well. And then for my number 8 line here, this one I got plenty of clearance over the belt. You know, that wasn't Wasn't probably necessarily the look I was going for, but it doesn't interfere with anything. Looks okay and it's functional. So now we're going to index all these lines and crimp them. Now the other problem I ran into was getting the elbow here for the heater hose. Now I'm pretty sure that this one's gonna fit when I pull out the distributor. I think I'll have enough clearance to be able to get it in here and spun around. Now this is a Edelbrock high-rise RPM air gap. I basically have the same thing on the 408 stroker that's actually going in there, but as you can see, I'm not gonna be able to put that in there. So that might be another something you want to kind of check out when you're ordering all your parts. Kind of sucks when you're ready to do the job and little fittings like this are holding you up. Alright, so let's start working on the heater hoses here. Those two little caps you see back there, those are the connections for the heater. The bottom one is going to get connected to the front of the water pump. I'm just going to pull that cap and install it right there. The top one is going to go to the inlet of the heater control valve, which is right here, and this is going to come over to our 90-degree fitting that I put in right here. So a quick note about these heater control valves. The top line is the inlet. That's why there's an arrow. It needs to go towards the firewall, and this portion has to be facing down. You cannot install it like this. It will not work. Alright, so there is the lower one. Yeah, I left it a little long because I'm swapping engines and I don't want it to be too short when I swap them. But there's that one. Little word of advice. I've never even taken this car outside. Get yourself some stainless steel hose clamps. These cheap ones you get down at the local auto parts store. I mean, this car hasn't even been outside and it's the way it looks. Can't be having that underneath the hood. Also, one quick thing to note. Vintage Air does not supply the heater hose. They're probably assuming you already had one to begin with, so just FYI in case anybody was wondering. And I know you can't see too well, but this is connected to the upper hose on the main unit inside of the dash. Comes around and connects to our intake manifold. Probably a little long, like I said. I'm gonna cut it later, but that'll work for now.